Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Go English. I'm Mizu.
And I'm Lucas. Welcome to day 11 of 30 days to build your English identity. Mizu, how are you today?
I'm doing really well. How about you?
Pretty good. Actually, I was thinking...
Uh-oh. Whenever you say that, I'm a little worried.
No. I just thought, hi, I'm Lucas. Nice to meet you.
Lucas, we've been working together for ages.
I know, but let's pretend we just met.
Oh, okay then. Hi, Lucas. I'm Mizu. Nice to meet you.
Would you like to be my friend?
That is such a funny question. Nobody actually says that.
Exactly. Could you imagine walking into a cafe and saying, hi, you seem nice. Want to be friends?
I'd probably smile and then quietly wonder if I should leave.
But isn't that funny? When we were kids, that's basically how friendships worked. You'd play together for a few minutes and suddenly you had a new best friend.
Right? Now that we're adults, making friends somehow feels much harder. I don't think people become less friendly. I think we're just a little more careful. Or maybe everyone's waiting for the other person to say hello first.
Yeah, we all want to meet good people, but starting that first conversation can feel a little awkward.
And that's exactly what today's lesson is about. How friendships often begin with one small conversation.
As always, this isn't just a listening lesson. You'll hear natural English, organize your own ideas, and then practice talking about your own experiences because that's how you build your English identity.
All right, let's jump into today's story.
All right, before we learn anything today, I want you to imagine a moment. Nothing complicated, just picture it. You're standing in line at a coffee shop. The smell of fresh coffee is everywhere. People are chatting. Someone's typing on a laptop. Someone else is waiting for their order. There's a person about your age standing next to you. They look friendly. At one point, they glance over and smile. You smile back. And then, nothing.
That silence feels way longer than it actually is.
Doesn't it? In your head, you're thinking, say something, come on, anything. But somehow your brain just goes blank.
I think almost everyone has had that moment. You want to start a conversation, you just don't know how.
So let me ask you something. What's stopping you? Maybe you're thinking, what if they don't want to talk? Or what if I sound weird? Or maybe it's even simpler. You honestly have no idea what to say first.
Yeah, most of the time, it's not because our English isn't good enough. It's because we're overthinking that very first sentence.
Exactly. We're trying to come up with the perfect opener when the other person probably isn't expecting perfection anyway.
So here's something to think about. Don't try to impress them. Just imagine saying one simple sentence. What feels natural? Maybe you notice something they're wearing. Maybe you ask a small question. Maybe you just smile and say hi. There's no single right answer.
Because today, we're not practicing perfect English. We're practicing something much more useful. Starting. So, what does that first conversation actually sound like?
Well, probably not the way people imagine. Nobody walks over with a perfect introduction, and nobody has a list of amazing questions ready.
Most of the time, it's something completely ordinary. You're waiting for your coffee, looking for a seat, or making a random comment about something you noticed.
Exactly. And sometimes that tiny moment turns into a conversation you never expected. Let's listen to one.
Hey, is anyone sitting here?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Thanks. So, I have to ask, where did you get that sticker?
This one? I completely forgot it was even there.
The Yosemite one. It caught my eye.
Wait, you know Yosemite?
Yeah, I've been there twice. One of my favorite places.
No way. Most people just ask, what's Yosemite?
When did you go?
Last summer, only for one weekend. Way too short. You?
Last fall. I kept telling myself one more day, then suddenly the trip was over.
Isn't that always how vacations end?
So, are you into hiking or did you just go for the photos?
Honestly, maybe 80% photos, 20% hiking.
That's a very honest answer.
What about you?
I'm probably 50-50. Walk a little, take 20 pictures, repeat.
Okay, that actually makes me feel much better. I thought I was doing hiking wrong.
Do you come here often?
Pretty often. I always tell myself I'm coming here to focus, and somehow I spend the first 20 minutes deciding what coffee to order.
Mine's even worse. If I work from home, I'll suddenly decide it's the perfect time to clean the kitchen.
Why are we all like this?
So, what do you do?
I'm a graphic designer, which explains why I'm always carrying this laptop around. How about you?
I make English videos online.
Seriously? That's actually really cool. How long have you been doing that?
A few years now, still learning something new every week.
I like that. Lucas! Mizu!
Oh, that's me.
Mine too. Perfect timing.
By the way, I'm Lucas.
Nice to meet you, Lucas. I'm Mizu.
Maybe we'll bump into each other here again.
Or we could stop leaving it up to chance. Coffee next weekend?
I'd like that.
Debrief.
You know what I love about that conversation?
What?
Nobody was trying to be interesting. We were just interested.
Exactly. It started with one small observation, then a few genuine questions, and before they knew it, they were laughing together.
That's how so many real friendships begin. Not with perfect words, just with a little curiosity and someone willing to say, "Hey, is anyone sitting here?"
Yeah.
You know what I noticed? That whole conversation was actually really simple.
Yeah. Nobody said anything amazing. Nobody was trying to be funny or impressive. It just flowed.
Exactly. And it all started with one tiny question. Is anyone sitting here? Honestly, that's enough sometimes.
Starting a conversation.
There's so many little ways to start talking to someone. It doesn't have to be clever.
Right. Maybe you're at the gym. Is this machine free?
Or on the train. Mind if I sit here?
Or maybe you notice something. I like your backpack. That's a cool phone case.
Those aren't really conversation starters. They're more like conversation invitations.
I like that. You're just giving the other person a chance to respond.
Keeping it going.
Then comes the part people sometimes overthink. What do I say next?
Honestly, usually whatever you're curious about.
Exactly. If someone says they come to this cafe a lot, you might ask, "Oh, what's your usual order?"
Or if they mention they just got back from a trip. How was it? That's it. One answer leads to another question. My favorite moment is when you suddenly realize, oh, we have something in common.
Yeah, maybe you both love hiking, or coffee, or dogs, or you're both pretending to work instead of actually working.
Now that's relatable.
Once you find that little connection, the conversation usually gets much easier.
Being genuinely interested.
Here's something I've learned. People don't remember every question you asked.
But they do remember how you made them feel. If someone says something interesting, don't rush to tell your own story. Stay curious for a second.
Ask, "Really? How did that happen? Tell me more."
Those little questions tell people, I'm listening, and that's surprisingly rare.
Ending the conversation.
Eventually, one of you has to get back to real life.
Sadly, bills don't pay themselves. Then sometimes it's as simple as, "It was really nice talking to you."
Or maybe I'll see you here again.
And if you've really clicked, "Want to grab a coffee sometime?" Or, "Are you on Instagram?"
Nice. Easy. No pressure.
When you think about it, making friends isn't usually about saying the perfect thing.
It's more about being open enough to let a conversation happen.
And who knows, that random person sitting next to you today might end up being someone important in your life. Okay, Lucas, let's make this a little more interesting.
Uh-oh. Whenever you say that, I'm nervous.
I'm going to give you a situation. You only have a few seconds to start a conversation. No overthinking, just say the first natural thing that comes to mind.
Wait, that's actually kind of stressful.
Exactly, because that's what real life feels like. Ready?
I guess?
All right, first one. You're waiting for the elevator at work. Just you and one other person. Go.
I swear this elevator always takes forever.
I'd probably laugh and then say, "It always comes the second you decide to take the stairs."
See? Now we're talking. Nobody planned that.
Okay, here's another one. Okay, you're walking your dog. Another dog walks over.
Oh, that's easy. I think our dogs have already become friends.
Aw, that's actually cute. And honestly, dog owners talk to each other all the time because of their dogs. Ooh, I've got one for you. Your flight gets delayed. Everyone's sitting around looking bored. Go.
Well, I guess we're all living at this airport now.
If someone said that to me, I'd probably laugh too. Then we'd both start complaining about delayed flights.
Okay, my turn. Last one. Let's see how you do.
Uh-oh.
You're in a bookstore. Someone picks up the exact same book as you. Go.
Oh, have you read anything else by this author?
Nice. See? You didn't even need to introduce yourself first. The book did all the work.
You know what all of these situations have in common?
None of them started with, "Tell me about yourself."
Exactly. They all started with something happening right now. The elevator, the dogs, the delayed flight, the book.
That's something native speakers do all the time. They talk about what's around them first before they talk about themselves.
And honestly, that makes conversations feel much more relaxed because nobody feels like they're being interviewed.
So here's your challenge. The next time you're around someone new, don't try to think of the perfect question. Just notice what's happening around you and say something simple. You might be surprised where the conversation goes. You know what today's little challenge reminded me of?
What?
Native speakers are actually pretty lazy.
That's one way to put it.
No, seriously. We almost never say everything that's in our heads. We keep things light. We leave space for the other person.
Exactly. Take this for example. Instead of asking, "Where are you from?" right away, I'd probably say, "Are you from around here?"
It feels softer. If they want to tell you their whole life story, they can. If not, yeah, I grew up nearby. Done.
Here's another one. I almost never hear people ask, "What are your hobbies?"
Me neither. It sounds perfectly correct, just a little formal.
I'd be much more likely to ask, "So, what do you get up to on weekends?" Or, "What do you do when you're not working?"
Those questions feel like they belong in real conversations. Here's something else. Native speakers usually talk about themselves first. Just a little.
Yeah, instead of asking, "Do you like traveling?" I might say, "I'm thinking about taking a trip this summer." Then, "Have you been anywhere fun lately?"
Exactly. It doesn't feel like an interview anymore. It feels like you're sharing.
One more thing. Don't worry if your conversations aren't perfect. Sometimes they sound like this. Hang on. Wait, what was I saying?
That is surprisingly accurate.
Those little pauses, they're normal. Real conversations are a little messy, and that's okay.
Honestly, being natural is much more important than sounding perfect.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something I've noticed?
Go on.
Some of the nicest conversations I've ever had lasted maybe 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Someone sitting next to me on a train, a person walking their dog, a cashier who made me laugh. I never saw them again, but I still remember those conversations.
I know exactly what you mean. It's funny, sometimes people stay in your life for years, and sometimes they stay for 5 minutes. Both can matter.
I think that's why I like talking to strangers. Not because I'm expecting a new best friend, but because every person has a different story.
And every conversation teaches you something. Sometimes it's English, sometimes it's confidence, sometimes it's just realizing most people are actually kinder than we imagine.
I like that.
So, if speaking English still feels scary, don't put so much pressure on yourself. You don't have to impress anyone. You don't need the perfect accent. You don't need perfect grammar.
You just need enough courage to say hello and enough curiosity to keep listening.
Because every conversation, even the really short ones, helps you become a more confident English speaker.
And little by little, that's how you build your English identity. Okay, before we have a conversation, let's get your voice moving. No grammar, no thinking, just say it with me. Imagine someone standing right in front of you. Ready? Hey. Hi there. Is this seat free? Mind if I sit here? That's a nice jacket. Really? No way. Oh, that's interesting. Tell me more. It was nice talking to you.
Notice something? None of those sentences are difficult. The difficult part is actually saying them out loud. That's what we're practicing.
All right. This time, don't just answer. Imagine we're actually chatting. I'll start. You keep it going. Hey, mind if I sit here? Nice. I'm Lucas. What's your name? Nice to meet you. So, what brings you here today? Oh, really? What happened? I wasn't expecting that. That's actually pretty interesting. What happened next?
See? You don't need perfect English. You just need one answer that gives the other person something to ask about. That's how conversations keep going.
Okay. Now, forget our questions. Answer however you want. No right answer, no model answer. Just yours. What's something you've been excited about recently? What's a place that always makes you feel relaxed? What's something small that made you smile this week? If we met again next month, what would you want to tell me?
Did you notice? Your answers probably sounded different from everyone else's. That's exactly what we want. Because you're not learning to sound like Lucas or me. You're learning to sound like you.
Let's finish with something real. Think about tomorrow. Not someday, tomorrow. Maybe you're waiting for the elevator, standing in line, walking your dog, waiting for class to start. There's someone next to you. You make eye contact. You smile. What would you say first?
Maybe it's busy day. Maybe I like your shoes. Maybe have you been here before? Or maybe something completely different.
There isn't a perfect opener. The best opener is simply the one you actually say.
Nice work.
You've just practiced starting conversations, keeping them going, and talking about yourself. Now let's put all of that together. Here's what a real conversation might sound like when two strangers meet for the first time. Just listen. Notice how simple it is.
That line moved a lot faster than I expected.
I know! I was getting ready to wait 10 minutes.
Looks like we got lucky.
Unless they run out of croissants before it's our turn.
Don't even say that. That's exactly what I came for.
Really? Coffee wasn't the priority?
Coffee is important. Croissants are emotional support. I'm Lucas, by the way.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mizzou.
Is this your usual coffee place?
Actually, no. I'm trying somewhere new today. I always end up ordering the same coffee everywhere. Thought I'd be a little more adventurous.
Famous last words. You'll probably still order a latte.
Okay. How did you know?
Lucky guess. This week, don't look for a long conversation. Look for one small moment.
One hi, one compliment, one question. That's enough.
Some conversations last 30 seconds. Some become friendships. You never really know.
And if you try, come back and tell us. Not whether your grammar was perfect. Tell us what happened after you said the first word. We're genuinely curious.
We'll read as many stories as we can.
Your English journey doesn't end here. Click on the next video and keep learning with us. We've carefully selected it to help you build more confidence, more fluency, and more real-world English.